Chloe, I did it. I finally hit rock bottom.
Already? It's only Tuesday, Leo. Did you spill oat milk on your keyboard again?
Worse. I was at the grocery store yesterday just trying to buy some wilted spinach, minding my own business, and I found myself getting genuinely angry that the person in front of me was taking too long to find their loyalty card.
Okay, that's just standard city living rage.
No, because in my head, I wasn't just annoyed. I was thinking, don't they know I have a plot line to get back to? Why is this NPC, this non-player character, slowing down my transition scene?
Oh my god, you have it.
I have it. I've been infected.
You have main character syndrome. You've officially decided the rest of us are just background extras in the Leo cinematic universe.
Exactly. And the worst part, I looked around and realized everyone else was staring at their phones, probably thinking the exact same thing about me. We're all leads and no one is the audience.
Well, welcome to the show. I'm Chloe, the girl who thinks her life is a coming-of-age indie film.
And I'm Leo, the cynical narrator who's about to get canceled for his internal monologue. Today on the Daily Sync, we're diving into why everyone thinks they're the star of the show, the cringe-worthy rise of main character energy, and why being a background character might actually be the ultimate flex.
It's gonna be a wild ride. Let's sync up. So, for the 3 people listening who haven't seen the TikTok trend, main character syndrome isn't a medical diagnosis, though Leo might need one. It's that feeling where you view your life as a movie and act accordingly.
It started with those videos, right? People romanticizing their lives. You have to start romanticizing your life. You have to believe that you are the main character.
Precisely! And honestly, I kind of love it. Like, if I'm walking to the subway and I'm listening to a specific playlist, usually something heavy on the synth, I'm not just commuting. I'm the girl in the city. I'm the protagonist on the verge of a breakthrough.
Chloe, you're just going to CVS for ibuprofen.
Wait, what? No. In my head, I'm the mysterious stranger seeking a cure for her weariness. It makes the boring stuff sparkly.
See, that's where you lose me. It's not just sparkly, it's delusional. I saw a girl at a coffee shop yesterday set up a tripod, a full-on tripod, just to film herself taking a sip of a latte, looking pensively out the window, and then she packed it up and left. She didn't even drink the latte.
She was capturing the vibe, Leo.
She was performing for an audience that wasn't there. That's the syndrome part, when the performance for the camera becomes more important than the actual experience. It's like we've all become the directors, stars, and PR agents of our own lives, and we're all failing the box office.
But isn't that just a coping mechanism for how chaotic the world is? If I'm the main character, then the bad stuff that happens to me is just a plot point. It's character development. It makes the pain feel purposeful.
Or it makes you a nightmare to be around. If you're the lead, what does that make me? Am I just the quirky best friend who gives you advice in Act 2 and then disappears?
Is being the quirky best friend so bad? You get the best lines and none of the responsibility.
No way. That's exactly the problem. When we lean too hard into this main character thing, we stop seeing other people as humans with their own complex internal lives. They become props. They become the barista, the ex, the obstacle.
I think you're being a bit dramatic.
I'm being dramatic? You're the one who narrated your walk to the fridge this morning.
Okay, look, there's a difference between main character energy, which is about confidence and self-care, and main character syndrome, which is about entitlement. I'm talking about the energy. Like, when you wear an outfit that makes you feel powerful, you're taking up space. You're not waiting for permission to exist.
But that's the thing, Chloe. The line is invisible. We've been conditioned by social media to curate everything. Every photo dump is a storyboard. We're losing the ability to just to be a background character in someone else's story. There is a deep, profound beauty in being the person who just holds the door for someone and then is forgotten.
That sounds lonely, Leo.
It's not lonely, it's liberating. If I'm not the main character, I'm allowed to fail. I'm allowed to have a messy room and a boring day that doesn't need a soundtrack. If you're the lead, the stakes are always high. If I'm an extra, I can just sit in the back of the scene and eat my prop salad in peace.
Wait, I actually disagree so hard. If I don't see myself as the lead, I feel like I'm just floating, like life is happening to me instead of me making it happen.
Let's look at the POV trend, point of view. Every video now is POV, you're my boyfriend and we're fighting, or POV, you're watching me succeed.
I saw one that was POV, you're the person who broke my heart watching me move on. It was just a girl walking in slow motion through a park.
Exactly. Who is that for? The person who broke her heart probably isn't even following her. It's a performance for an imaginary hater. It's peak narcissism dressed up as healing.
But wait, did you see that news story about the main character who blocked a whole hiking trail in Malibu just to do a dance routine?
Yes, that's the Syndrome in the wild. People were literally waiting to pass and she held up her hand like, wait, I'm at the bridge of the song.
Okay, even I can't defend that. That's where it gets toxic, when your movie starts infringing on other people's actual reality.
It's the Truman Show effect, but we're building the dome ourselves. We're the actors and the prisoners.
It's also making us really bad at listening. Have you noticed? You're talking to someone and you can see their eyes glazed over because they're just waiting for their cue to speak. They aren't listening to your story, they're just waiting for the camera to cut back to them.
Exactly. See, I just did it. I just waited for my turn.
At least you're self-aware. That's the first step to recovery.
I want to propose something radical. I want to start a movement called NPC Summer.
NPC Summer? That sounds incredibly boring.
It's wonderful. Imagine no pressure to have a vibe, no need to document the sunset, just existing, being the person in the background of someone else's photo who's actually enjoying their hot dog.
So you're saying we should embrace being unimportant?
I'm saying we should embrace being part of a whole. The main character is always isolated. They're the chosen one. But the extras, they're in the crowd. They're part of the community.
I get that, I do, but I think there's a middle ground. What if we're all co-leads, like an ensemble cast, like Friends or The Bear?
Everyone wants to be the chef, Chloe. No one wants to peel the potatoes.
Hey, peeling potatoes is a vital part of the kitchen. That's a great B-plot.
You know, I read this thing once about Sonder. It's the realization that each random passerby is living a life as vivid and complex as your own, populated with their own ambitions, friends, routines, and inherited craziness.
I love that word. It's the antidote to the syndrome.
It really is. If you truly feel Sonder, you can't treat people like props because you realize that to them, you are the person in the grocery store taking too long with your loyalty card.
All right, let's pivot to our listeners. We asked on Instagram, when did you realize you were being a main character?
These are gold. Here's one from @SarahSpins. I once spent 20 minutes crying in my car, not because I was sad, but because the song playing was so perfect for a sad scene that I felt like I had to perform it.
Sarah, we've all been there. I've definitely checked my reflection in a store window while crying just to see if I looked cinematically pretty.
We are a broken species. Here's another. @MarcusDoesThings says, I get annoyed when people sit in my spot at the library even though it's a public space because it messes up the aesthetic of my study vlog.
Marcus, let it go. The library is a shared universe.
So what's the takeaway here, Chloe? Are we doomed to be narcissists?
I don't think so. I think the takeaway is romanticize your life, but don't ignore the lives of others. Be the lead in your own heart, but be a supporting actor in your friend's life.
And maybe, just maybe, put the phone down and live a scene that no one will ever see. Those are usually the best ones anyway.
Like this podcast?
Especially this. We're just two voices in a vacuum, Chloe.
Two voices in a very aesthetic vacuum.
That's it for today's episode of The Daily Sync. If you enjoyed being an extra in our story today, make sure to subscribe and leave us a 5-star review.
Unless it's a bad review, in which case that's just a conflict we're choosing to edit out of our season finale.
You really can't turn it off, can you? You're already writing the script for the next 5 minutes of your life.
Never. I'm already thinking about the lighting for the walk back to the car.
God help us. We'll be back tomorrow to shift gears into something a little more haunting. We're talking about digital ghost towns. And no, I don't mean abandoned MySpace pages.
Oh, we're going there. Ghosting, why we do it, how it feels to live in a read receipt graveyard, and why closure is basically a myth we made up for movies.
It's going to be spooky, it's going to be personal, and I'll probably end up airing some of my own dirty laundry.
I'll bring the tissues and the screenshots. See you then.
Stay synced.